Hi, my name's Lee Marshall and I'm Operations Director at HPS. When I first came to HPS, I was made redundant from my apprenticeship. So I'd been made redundant after 4 years, got to the end of my apprenticeship and was told to find a new job. And I didn't really know where I was going or what I was doing or what I wanted to do with my life, whether I wanted to stay as a manufacturer, because I was trained as a fabricator welder, or whether I wanted to do something more. And back in the day when it was the old school open a newspaper, I had a look through and saw the job advert for HPS, a trainee project engineer, which I had absolutely no idea what that was. So my early years with HPS, I started as a trainee project engineer. My role kind of elaborated over the years because HPS was, even back then, it was a lot smaller company. There was only sort of 7 or 8 of us who worked there at the time. But very small company that was growing, and the sort of production mechanical side of things was getting more and more busy, and due to my sort of mechanical background and my fabrication and welding experience, that kind of fitted me pretty well. So that's where I was at. As things sort of continued and went along, my job role included more and more. I was then doing some of the design side of things. I was creating bills of materials, pretty much everything from the job coming in the door to leaving the building, really. So and there was really only me and one other that were doing that role. So that was where I was at when I first joined, and it's good. Yeah, so I left HPS in around 2007. I left HPS in order to pursue sort of more of a focused role. I wanted to be focused more on the design side of things, so I left around then. Worked there for the company for around 8 years, and eventually 2016 I got approached by Gilbert, who is the founder of the company, and he offered me a fantastic role within the organisation, working on R&D. So I had a long-standing relationship with Gilbert. He was very trustworthy, and I've always enjoyed working with Gilbert. He's helped me develop in my career significantly. So it was a bit of a no-brainer, really. I've always loved HPS. I've always loved the product that we do and always been very enthusiastic about it. So it was an easy decision to come back. So as I said, when Gilbert asked me to come back, he asked me to head up the R&D team. So I was working within the R&D side of things, and was sort of instrumental in development of products such as the Architect Pig Detector. And things developed to a way that I never really expected. I was asked to take over as operations manager around 2020, just at the height of COVID. So I took on the role. I always like to be challenged. I always like to be outside of my comfort zone. So I started as operations manager in 2020, up until around about 6 months ago when I was promoted to operations director. Yeah, a typical week for me can vary. I get involved in lots of areas of the business now as director. So I can be involved in sales and helping support technically for the quotations. I could be working on strategical improvements within the business, or generally just helping out with the day-to-day grind, taking the relief off the project engineers or production staff. So it can vary massively. I think back to when I was leaving school and where I was at when I left school. So my advice to anybody wanting to enter engineering would be the same advice as what my dad gave to me, really. My dad always sort of said, don't just go to university or college and just study, because you never know whether you truly enjoy a job when you go and you're studying it. He said, get hands-on, get an apprenticeship, get something where you can learn whilst you're actually doing the job, to make sure that it's for you and you're happy, because people can spend a lot of years going to university and realising that when they actually go into industry, they absolutely hate what they do. So yeah, that would be my advice. This is an interesting one, because I don't think anybody actually leaves university and thinks I want to be involved with pigging or I want to do pigging. It's a very kind of niche market, and there's no textbooks that can teach you about pigging. It's in all the time that people ask me about pigging and the science behind pigging, it's partially science, but there's also a little bit of art to pigging as well. So I'd certainly say that for anybody who wants to be involved with pigging, or they'd like to pursue a career in pigging, I would certainly say that be open-minded. You know, you're going to be learning and dealing with things that you could never probably comprehend that you'd learn, and be versatile, you know, be adaptable to situations, and just be very open-minded. The future of HPS, obviously the company has grown massively from when I first joined. You know, the company was a baby when I was first here, and I've seen it grow into the place it is today. So I think what I would like to see is the company continues to grow at the same rate it's been doing now. I mean, I think we've gone from, as I say, 7 or 8 people to sort of mid to high 20s now in staff levels. So I'd like to see that HPS still continues to give lots of good people wonderful opportunities to work at HPS, and to be able to help support and keep supporting our clients in their goals for their sustainability and you know, saving money.